Hey, third grade, how is it going today? All right. Previously, you have been learning about verbs and what an action verb is. You know that they show action. Well, today we're going to be determining if these action verbs happen in the present, past, or future. So let's check it out. All right, to identify the verbs in the present, past, or future tense, I asked this thinking question. In what tense does the action of the verb occur, and what ending does the verb have? All right, so today I want you to pay special attention to the ending of the words. Okay, here's some rules. I got 3 rules for you. Okay, first of all, we're going to be talking about verbs happening in the present tense. That means it's happening now. These verbs end with an S. So here's our first sentence. The pencil marks a thin line. Well, which word is the verb in this sentence? You're right, marks. And look, it ends with an S, so I know that it's happening now in the present tense. Let's look at this sentence, though, because this is interesting. This says, crayons mark a thick line. Our verb is mark. Now, although it doesn't end with an S, this is also happening in the present tense. So that's kind of tricky. All right, let me erase this so that way we can get to our next rule. All right, now that we learned about the present tense, it's time to go on and learn about the past tense. All right, so we know that present tense words end with an S. So now we're going to talk about past tense words, and these end in an ED. So let's look at this first sentence. The chalk marked a fat line. What's the verb in this sentence? You're right, marked. And I see that it ends with an ED, so I know that it's going to be past tense. Let's look at this sentence. The chalk marks a fat line. Well, the verb is marks. And what does it end with? It ends with an S. So if I remember from my rules, this is going to be present tense. All right, let me erase this. Okay, let's go on to our third and final rule. So we've learned about the present, we've learned about the past, now we need to be learning about the future. All right, in order to have a future tense, they will use the helping verb will in front of the words. So let's look at this sentence. Paintbrushes will mark a wide line. Well, we know that our verb is mark, and we see our helping verb of will. So I know that this sentence is going to be happening in the future. If I look at this sentence, paintbrushes mark a wide line. Well, it doesn't end with an S, doesn't end with an ED, and it doesn't have a will. So this is one of those words that doesn't follow the rules, so this is also present tense. All right, let me erase this, and then let's try some examples. Okay, the wild turkey gobbles in the forest. Look at the ending. What does it end with? Remember, in order to be past tense, you have to end with ED. Present tense, you either have no ending or it ends with an S. In the future tense, you have to have will before the word. So if I look at this, it ends with an S. I know this is going to happen in the present. Good job. If you hear some funny noises, I have my dogs sitting by me, and they are driving me crazy. Okay, let's go to our next example. Okay, the captain hauled the sail down. Look at the ending. Ends with an ed, so I know that this is going to be taking place in the past. If it was present, it would have no ending or s, and if it was in the future, it would be starting with will, but it doesn't. So I know that that's past tense. Okay. And I got one more example, kiddos. Our family will visit the museum next Saturday. I see my verb is visit. Oh, look what I see before it. Will. So I know that this is going to be taking place in the future because of that will. This word right here gives me the clue. Remember, past tense would end with ed. Future tense or present tense would have no ending or s, and future tense always starts with will. Awesome job! Kiss your brain, give yourself a pat on the back.